Hey everyone, this is Steve with the Catfish Conference. I'm with my partner Hervé here. CatCon Hervé.
CatCon Hervé now.
There you go. We want to welcome you to the stream. We got some exciting news for you this evening, and got some guests we're going to bring up here shortly. But I guess the first thing we want to talk about for you guys that do not know who the Catfish Conference is or how it started. 2015, something like that.
It was December 2015.
Yeah, I was actually sponsored by a dealership, and one of the salesmen asked me, "How do you think a Catfish Conference would go over?" And I thought, well, I don't know. Let's try it and see. And first day, I guess the first day by 9 o'clock, most people were in and out, and everything was sold. So it's very exciting. We had it in the back of a marine dealership, I guess.
It was at the back of Jeff Jones Marine.
Yeah.
So we had come the days before, cleaned up everything, pushed everything out, and converted the entire place into a small convention center, I guess. And what's important to remind everybody, that day it was freezing cold outside. I mean, your fingers would just fall off. And we said we were opening at 9 o'clock, and at 7 o'clock in the morning, we had a line of people all the way around the building. It was something crazy.
Something I've never seen before. I figured we could get a few hundred people there, but we had like 1,500. And then we knew we had something unique when the day was ended.
Initially, Steve said, hey, I think I can get about 250 people in there for first Catfish Conference. And in a matter of 3 or 4 hours, the 250 tickets, well, I think we had 300 something, all of them were gone in a matter of hours. And we had to systematically add some tickets online, add some tickets. So it's been a crazy experience.
Right. So this year we've decided to spread our wings, I guess you want to say. We've got several other shows that we're thinking about doing, but I guess what we want to do next is.
You want to introduce him now?
Yeah, I guess we can introduce him. We have a new addition to our CatCon family, and his name is CatCon Kev. Everybody may know him as Kevin Lankin from Palmetto Cats.
There we go.
Hey, everybody.
How's it going, Kevin?
I'm good, man. I had a good day on the water today, and been looking forward to this live stream all week. So I can't wait for everything to be announced and we get started on these projects.
Yeah. Well, we've brought Kevin in to help us with our
2021 edition.
2021 edition. Actually, this fall we're having it this fall. So we brought Kevin in to kind of coordinate some things and help us out on so that we won't have to do some of the legwork, I guess.
Shall we remind everybody how Kevin kind of started working with us?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, this year, 2021, we're supposed to have the Catfish Conference as usual in Louisville. And it was in January. We had still a crazy spike in COVID cases, and we're just unable to get the show rolling with all the restrictions that were imposed to us by the state. It simply would have been unsafe. There were too many unknowns. So we decided to cancel the show in January. And then Kevin kind of reached out to you, or you reached out to Kevin.
Well, actually, when we were doing the live video announcing that we were canceling due to COVID, Kevin had immediately hit us up and said, I can help.
So he saw an opportunity. And so we decided to get Kevin's help because he had that experience with all the live stream, and he did that in such a fashion that was, it kind of matched the taste that we wanted. We had a vision for it, and Kevin was able to put that into good works and really helped us do something that was never done before, which is creating a live Catfish Conference, a purely digital event, and really kind of replace in some ways. I mean, as much as you can replace an event like that online,
right.
But kind of have like a substitution that worked for everybody. And it was challenging, but yeah. The team did it. So Kevin, maybe you want to comment about that because you're the one that did all the work, did you?
Well, I mean, it's a team effort. We always got to work together. But I was just honored that, I did reach out to Steve, and we had kind of alluded to it or Steve had kind of been worried about the conference being canceled a couple weeks before. He had been on my show, and we were talking about, that was the Super Cat Give Back preview show. And so he kind of mentioned it backstage, and I said, hey, I'd be willing to help if you need me. And then, so when y'all went live, I definitely reached out. And when Steve and Hervé said yes, I got nervous because I was like, wow, they actually said yes, and they gave me a chance. And that's a chance that I, appreciate forever. But yeah, so we started to work and started to get the vendor names in, started to create a schedule. Steve started convincing vendors that, hey, we're still going to make this happen. We're still going to make the best of it, which was probably the hardest part. People had to be loyal to Steve and know that, he's a man of his word and he's going to make it worth their while. And so the ones that trusted him, I think they made out pretty good. They did well, amid the COVID pandemic. And I think what we did was kind of revolutionary in the fact that for the first time, Catfish Conference was available to people that either can't physically travel,
Correct.
Can't afford to travel, or because of work or family just aren't able to ever come to Catfish Conference. So we kind of introduced them to Catfish Conference in a way that had never been done before. And so, we started creating slides and schedules and, chatting back and forth. And, well, you guys that are in chat, and maybe all of y'all saw it. It went off very well. And I think a lot of people were happy about it. We got a lot of positive feedback.
We had a lot of positive feedback from everybody, and it was fantastic to see. So as the day went by, you could see, and, when you do those shows, you have tools that show you where people are, how many people are live, and you can see all the map in the United States and even in Canada just like light up every state, everywhere. It was crazy. And so based on that, we really saw that a lot of people, you can travel 12, 13, 15 hours with your whole family. Some people do it because they're really hardcore and they really, respect, they do some awesome stuff, and we appreciate them so much for driving all that distance. But it's not realistic for everybody to do that. And so this is where we really got a wake-up call, say, hey, we've got a great community of anglers, catfish anglers in the US. We've got to do something to serve them better, to really bring the event closer to them. And this is where I think we are going to bring our next guest over here.
Another guest in.
Someone that has been instrumental for what we're going to tell you in a second. And welcoming Mr. Tim Berger from All American Catfish Tournaments. How you doing, Tim? Oh, you're mute.
Are you muted?
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on here. Good to see you.
Tim, approached me, I know, 3 years ago about bringing a Catfish Conference west. And we kind of thrown the idea around for a few years. COVID, of course, got us last year. But we touched base again this year, and we was able to make it happen. So, Kevin, without further ado, if you don't mind, we're going to give you the honors this year. Let's tell everybody where the next Catfish Conference is going to be.
Well, on November 19th and 20th, is that right? 19th and 20th of this year, 2021. We're going to be in Kansas City, Missouri for CatCon 2021, the new event. A lot of people, I know Steve has been teasing people online about where it's going to be, but CatCon 2021, November 19th and 20th, 2021 will be in Kansas City, Missouri. So that will be happening.
Tim, we appreciate what you've done and your hard work, and I know you're going to support this event when we come out there. So you got a free booth when you want to come out there, put the All-American up and promote yourself. And you run a good tournament out there. I went out there and fished last month, I guess, with several guys, and they talk highly of you and your tournament. So I appreciate all your help.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, we're looking forward to it. And, when I started really going into catfishing and then decided to have tournaments take over and start running tournaments in the Kansas City area, we didn't know how it was going to work out. I don't like to do anything just, slow. If I'm going to do something, I'll jump into it and hit it pretty good. And one of the people that reached out, there's a few people that helped me along the way, gave me advice. Lyle Stokes gave me advice on how to set it up, what to look for, things like that. Some of the local tournament directors gave me advice, here's what to do, here's what not to do. And then partway through our first season, I get this message from Steve Douglas going, hey, give me a call. So we call him. I'm like, holy crap, Steve Douglas just freaking messaged me, and I got into catfishing and watched his videos to kind of up my game. And it was because of his videos, we went to start targeting river fishing. And most of our events are on the river. And so he said, hey, we like what you're doing up there. We like how you're pushing, you're working hard, trying to get your name out, and let us sponsor you and feel that, get you. We didn't have any big name sponsors at that point. And we're like, heck yeah, didn't have to think about it. And we've been going ever since, and he's helped us. And we've grown a lot. We've learned a lot, and Steve's, engaged with me. So has all those other people I mentioned a lot. And, his advice and giving us a platform at the previous conferences, and we were on the virtual one. It's been great. It's been a great ride. So we look forward to it. Kansas City is a great area. They're very enthusiastic about their fishing all around this region, from St. Louis area up north, Iowa, Nebraska, Texas, Oklahoma. It's going to be a big draw. It's going to be big.
That's one of the reasons that I listen to you, because we're going to be able to touch folks that normally wouldn't be able to get to Kentucky, up in Nebraska, and maybe we might even draw some
Montana. Dakotas.
And so just to clarify, this is an additional event, correct?
Yes, it is an additional event.
I see people in chat that are saying that they're bummed out, it's farther away from them. This is an additional event to not a substitute. Not a substitute.
Our plans, they're not fully, but I make them happen, we make them happen as we go. But our plans is to have 3 major shows in the country. One in the West, one in Kentucky. Kentucky's always going to be here. That's our main flagship. And then we're going to have one somewhere in the East, maybe North Carolina, something like that.
And South.
And we're looking at Texas. So, and we're going to have actually looking at having a floating event as well. And that's going to just be, it may be in St. Louis this year, Indianapolis the next year. It's just going to be coming around. So we've got big plans. And the reason that I wanted to do this, or Hervé and I talked about it, is it's going to give our vendors a chance to make some money right before Christmas. And then in the spring, it's going to give them a chance to make some money for the summer. And then, of course, sometime in the fall, we're going to have another one. So about every 3 months, we'll have something available for the vendors.
And that's a very important point that Steve is bringing over here. So for those who are not really familiar with that, catfishing has been growing a lot over the last 5 years. And what people would call like a small vendor, someone, starting, wanting to bring a product because they're just catfishing and they want something better for themselves and they want to open that to everybody out there, would start a business. But in order to get this product out, it's not just, investing and getting some rods and then, selling these. You have an entire commercial cycle. And for these brands to grow, to be able to help and support that community that's growing so fast, and that's a blessing, but it's also a challenge for a lot of the vendors. It's growing at a crazy speed, and you can't just follow that in a normal way. So we are trying to help them launch new products in the flagship, Catfish Conference in Kentucky, but we also try to help them at the end of the year so they can replenish, their inventory, place bigger order, and help them for the upcoming year. So it's an entire commercial cycle that perhaps we need to invite some of these guys on a different type of show and get them to talk about it, because it's a very little known fact in the sport, but it's very important.
Right.
So what's the venue also?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask Tim, what's the venue? What Tim and Hervé and Steve, people are asking what the venue is.
So
go ahead.
You want to announce? Okay. So the venue is, for the people familiar with this area, is Bartle Hall. It's in the dead center of the Kansas City metropolitan area. So Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri, if you look at it as a circle, Bartle Hall would be right in the middle. So it's right off the highway, right off I-35, and the interchange there for 70. It's a very large facility. There's parking all around it. The people in this region are very familiar with it. There's very large shows there. We're not going to run out of space, anything like that. So it's very familiar. It's an iconic location right there.
Yeah, it's not going to be boat friendly, unfortunately, but leave your boat at the hotel and drive on in if you're dragging a boat. But I mean, if you're going out to Kansas City and you do going to drive a boat, I mean, the Missouri River's right there, and it was a lot of fun. I went out on it; it was a lot of fun. I think Milford is just few miles west, maybe an hour and a half. So there's plenty of water around.
Yeah, so if anyone's looking to fish and want to learn the locations here, we can post them on our page and share them with Steve and Hervé and everybody. Mm-hmm. But you are within minutes of dropping in on the river. You're on the Kansas River or the Missouri River. You're within 20, 30 minutes from several different lakes around here with some great blue, fishing. Mm-hmm. So, you got bait holes around here. And if you're not from this area and you're wanting to hit the water, just let us know. We'll get you tied up with some people and get you pointed in the right direction. It's a great location. It's a great facility. And I want to come back to what Hervé was talking about, the new products. And we already talked to some of them. This is how they get out there. They look for opportunities like this. And without the conference, some of these guys won't have that audience or that opportunity to get their new product out in front of catfishermen. And we all know how loyal catfishermen are to new products. I mean, everyone supports them. So if someone with a new product that wants to be at the conference and get it out in front of people, they're going to get supported.
Well, I think everybody, when we do have it, I think everybody ought to go out and see Luke Hedges. He's thinking about having a kissing booth.
$20.
We can work something out.
Yeah. Hey, if CatCon gets a little proceed from it, we can work it out.
Well, Tim, I don't want to keep up any more time. Tell everybody where they can find you or your trail at. You got an awesome event. So.
Yeah, so I appreciate it. So we're at All American Catfish Tournaments on Facebook. From there, you'll see what our website is and everything else, and our events are on our cover page. And we've got a couple more events to add on for this year. We have a Christmas event. So, we're totally approachable. We're not like your typical catfish tournament series. It's more of a community, focus. We're very active in the community. We have our events, and we support all the other trails around here. If they want to work with us, we'll work with them and get the word out there. So, if we're committed to making catfish growing around here.
And you're talking about commitment, right? You just said we're committed in helping the community. And that's something I really want to highlight about you, Tim. So for all those who are familiar with the process, bringing an event like Catfish Conference to a city is just not a decision you make overnight. You've got to go there. You've got to meet with all the city. You've got to meet with the convention bureau. There's like a lot of people that you need to activate in order to make the event possible. And that's where you see true dedication, because none of that takes, it doesn't take an instant. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of persuasion. You have a lot of frustrating moments and good moments as well. And Tim has been there advocating for the catfishing community all in the state, but not only in Kansas, in all the states around. And that work is not something easy. It is difficult. It takes courage. It takes persistence. And that man over here makes a difference in the West over there. He really does, and I want to highlight that. So people share the news with everybody else, and go and visit Tim's website for All American Catfish Tournaments. They do a great job, and go support people like that are true to to themselves, true to catfishing, and they really try to make a difference. And they don't want anything for it. They just want that to happen for the good of the sport,
Right.
for the good of people, and that's admirable, truly.
Mm-hmm. Very
Appreciate
very
it.
much
Thank
so.
Very, very nice. Thank you.
Well, all right,
Thanks,
Tim,
guys.
I think we're done here. Like I say, appreciate you again. If you need anything, give me a call and we'll be in touch. Hopefully we'll have a list together in the next few days. And
Yeah, we'll get something for you.
I'll start compiling some folks.
Yeah, we'll get that knocked down. I appreciate you having me on here tonight and making the announcements. Thanks for picking Kansas City. We appreciate you guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And so those are people who are just joining us. If you didn't hear the news, there are 2 Catfish conferences definitely planned right now. More to come in the future. The first one is going to be this year, 2021, November 19th and 20th in Kansas City, Missouri. So that's coming up soon. So start saving your money if you needed Christmas presents for your angler friends. You're going to get to get that before Christmas. And then for those of you who are concerned, we will still have the old school, the OG, as Steve calls it, Catfish Conference in Louisville, Kentucky. You know that's always a hit, and that's probably never going to change. Well, let me not say never, but that's the one.
Well,
and if you missed it, go ahead.
Also new for, well, I won't say new, but yeah, new for this year too. We are going to keep that virtual conference alive. What's the word? In conjunction with the real Catfish Conference, the in-person Catfish Conference. So we'll be able to reach a whole lot more people this year with the technology we have and our new CatCon Kev.
Kevin, and again, for those joining right now, one of the great news of today is that CatCon Kev, or Kevin from Palmetto Cats, is going to work with us on a more permanent basis to take care of all the digital side of Catfish Conference, so all the live events and more, as he's going to tell you in a few minutes. We've got more in the works, but this is a milestone for Catfish Conference. Our reach is really growing like crazy, and people like Kevin that really know what they're doing, and they have that talent that no one else has had, or some of you all have that thing.
I appreciate it.
But it takes a lot of preparation and dedication to do it. So we really want to thank Kevin again for doing that, and for being I guess now CatCon Kevin, or
I like CatCon Kev.
Yeah, so yeah, it's my pleasure to be a part of the team. I'm very honored. I'm so new, and I don't want to take that for granted. I'm so new to the community. I know that there's people been around forever, and I just appreciate the opportunity and for you guys to give me a chance. So yeah, somebody was asking if we're planning to head out west. There are plans in the works to do a Texas show and an East Coast show and a floating show, which will change every year. So, we can't really go into details about that because those plans aren't in there, and anything we tell you would probably change.
Right.
But just know that a more Western event in Texas possibly will be upcoming. And then for those of you on the East Coast, definitely be coming to the East Coast to make it easier for those people out here where I'm at.
Yeah,
but yeah,
East Coast one, I'm going to do a little something different on the East Coast. I haven't told Hervé this yet, but I'm not going to reveal it tonight. But I've got something pretty cool for the East Coast. That's for the month it's in, and for what we're doing. I think it's going to be very unique and different. So, yeah, yeah.
Hervé's ears just perked up and his nose turned red.
but that's something, Steve and I it's been like that for years, where we nag each other, and but we trust each other to death, so we know exactly if one has a crazy idea. It's kind of scary on the second, but it's going to be some good stuff, especially when it comes from that guy. So I'm excited.
Well, Hervé and I have been working together for 6 or 7 years now. When I first started working with Hervé, it was through like email and chat, and I didn't have a problem. But once he said, "Here's my phone number, call me," then it became an issue. But I've been around him so long now. I know exactly what he's saying when he's saying it. His accent is not as deep as it was last time when he first came over to America here.
Oh, come on! I've got a country accent. Everybody knows that.
He's from Kentucky. What are you talking about?
You know, look, I had lunch with him the other day, and he fooled me because he ordered some damn fried green tomatoes. I said, "Where'd that come from, Hervé?" That's some country stuff right there.
I live in the countryside. I love it. Country living. So there's a small residual accent I'm working on, but at the end of the day, you know, you guys understand me, and that's why we have Kevin and Steve in front of us. You only have to see me once per year, and that's more than enough.
Do you want to answer this question you got up here?
Yeah, so here we get Matt Catter Catfishing asking if there are going to be some seminars too. Yes. So we are planning to have kind of the same model like we have in Louisville. So we're going to have, of course, all the, I guess, booth space for all the vendors, boats and tackles and rods and reels, and I mean, the whole shebang. But we also want to keep the, I guess, educational or kind of knowledge sharing aspect of it. So yes, we are going to have seminars as well over there in the same way we have it here in Louisville.
I will be announcing who they are and what they'll be doing. I mean, I've got a few of them working on with the CatCon in Kentucky already, but I started that before we made this final. But now I'm on the Kansas one. But I've got plenty of guys. I mean, I got some good guys right now willing to do it. So there'll be some great seminars from some good folks that live close, that know the Missouri River and Kansas River. So if you guys need any help in that end.
We do want to bring that local component. It's not just like one type of thing, and it's the same everywhere. You know, everywhere we go, it's going to be very different, and so we want to keep it, you know, keep connected to the area and not have something that's totally disconnected. So it's going to be in conjunction with, you know, all Kansas and states around that.
Hey, before we get bogged down with questions, I know people are wanting to ask, and I just want to make sure we touch on two other things. Hervé kind of alluded to, or Steve and Hervé kind of alluded to it. So the Catfish Conference is no longer just an in-person event. So those of you who can't make any of these, maybe you just can't travel for whatever reason, you will be able to attend all the Catfish Conferences via YouTube and Facebook, just like last year, but there will also be the physical event. The main focus will be on the physical events. Obviously, those are the ones where it's going to draw the biggest crowds, and the vendors and the seminars will all be there. But part of my job with CatCon is to go around and bring you these events virtually. So you'll be able to tune in to the Catfish Conference YouTube page and the Catfish Conference Facebook page and be interactive online. Now, something that'll be different than last year is it won't be a full 12-hour day live stream like we did, but you will get to go around. Steve and Hervé are working with vendors to get special discount codes for online viewers only. So there will still be an option for you to get some good deals through there. One of the biggest deals is that, if you come to CatCon, you get free shipping because you take it with you. So, they'll be working with the vendors to do that. So if you're still in that time where you can't travel, or you can only go to one, but you want to be at all of them, you can still tune in virtually. And Steve and Hervé has promised me a giant cart to roll around with big lights on it, neon strobe lights, and a computer.
I'm over in the sidecar.
Wait a second. We need to look at the contract. Now I'm just kidding.
We'll get something around.
Yeah, we'll have something. I'll have you decked out.
I'm probably going to build me one myself, and I'll just bring it with me.
We'll put some speakers on it, some lights.
Boom boxes.
Country style. That's
country style.
Right.
Hervé knows what country style is.
Yeah.
Country and chunky style. Yeah.
The second thing is that there's something new to come to all of these events.
Yeah.
And that's going to be and we don't really have the name for it yet. We're trying to be specific with the name, but it's going to be like an angler exchange where you can bring maybe rods, reels, or fishing equipment you don't use any longer and meet up with people, exchange items, sell items, buy items from other anglers. We're still working on the details for that, so we can't really tell you any more than that. But that's something exciting and new to come. It's never been done before. It's going to be exciting. That's also one of my responsibilities. So, we'll be working close together to make sure that goes flawlessly and you have a good experience with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of folks that maybe bought rods they don't like, maybe because they bought it online or something, and they'll give them an opportunity. Now, this is not something that you can bring 100 rods to.
Exactly.
Otherwise, I'm going to sell you a booth. But if you just got a reel or something, we should be able to accommodate you.
So let's say you buy a reel and you just really don't like it as much as you thought you would, but it's still in great shape. You bring it to the meet. Yeah, you buy a ticket to take it in there, and there's going to be a specific routine or different set of rules. I hate to say rules, but specifications on where you can sell it, when you can change it, and everything like that. So we'll get those out as soon as those details are nailed down.
Or for upgrades, right? A lot of people, we hear that all the time. They want to upgrade from certain products they have to something else. And that's going to help them just keep it moving and give the products a second life for other people that really want that.
Oh, yeah. It could be anything, electronics, trolling motors, rod reels. But it just can't
fish finders.
It just
electronics.
Can't be a wagon full of it.
Right. It's got to be structured. It's got to remain, professional, and we don't want a market style. It's got to be well operated. So we'll give it a try and try to make it.
Yeah, we'll have a booth, and we'll have somebody at the booth to supervise and everything to make sure that someone's not trying to take advantage of you and sell you something that doesn't work, for number one. But that's another part of the thing, stuff that I'm working on, is getting somebody there that will be there to help you. Maybe you don't know a lot about electronics, and someone can be there and make sure that it at least works. So we'll get those details out. That's pretty much all we really need to say about it. But that's exciting news. I see a lot of people commenting. I see an awesome comment by Sean T. too when you get done with this one.
Yeah, John Berglund, really excited about the new location. Looking forward to Kansas City. John is the fella that took me out fishing while I was in Kansas City. Him and Eddie Henley, really knowledgeable guys. Love them to death.
Someone else is asking, where is it at? So for those who kind of missed the information, the next Catfish Conference is going to be in Kansas City on November 19th and 20th of 2021. This year. So it's almost there. And we are going to keep the main Catfish Conference in Kentucky in February as well. So it's not replacing the one we have. It's adding a new date to the Catfish Conference tour. So it's good stuff.
And then I see some good ideas in here. Sean T brought up maybe we should have a place where we can donate things for kids or give away to kids. That's something that I'll look into. Sean T, if you want to send me a message on Facebook, and I'll get what you were thinking about, and I'll talk with Hervé and Steve about it. The ideas to be innovative, come from a lot of different areas, and you can take ideas and formulate them into something fantastic. So I like those kind of ideas.
And talking about that, so Catfish Conference, we take what people want and we try to make it something, something alive, something real. So for everybody in chat, everybody that is going to watch the video here, if you think we should do something else, we should add something to the conference to make it even better, don't hesitate. Go on the website, go on the live chat, drop us a line, just say, hey, it's me, this is what we want. I think would be a great idea, and if you can make it work, awesome. If you can't, well, that's fine. But share your ideas with us on social media.
Yes.
We're on all those channels. Share the idea with Steve and I, with Catcon Kev now, and we have so many ways where you can reach us, and we respond to everything. So Might take us a couple of days, but we do read everything. And I saw someone in the chat mentioning that he sent an email to Steve. So that guy over here gets thousands of emails all the time from a lot of people. So if you want a good chance of your email landing in his mailbox, send that in live chat on Catfish Conference so we can share that with Steve and every once in a while, every week perhaps.
Yeah, I see something about some kids games, and I've also seen where you can get the booth at. Hervey, I mean, most people contact me if they want a booth, and I can work it out. But if you've got another way that they reach out, you can tell them that. But really, to get the best results, is contact me, and I can get the booth going. I'm gonna need.
Don't contact me. Don't contact me.
Contact me or Hervey, or Hervey will have an application that you can. But most, I'm gonna contact most are.
We have a list of we do have a list of vendors that are going to follow us. We already know that. We already talked to some of them, so we are going to publish the list. And for everybody new out there, so on the website there will be a link dedicated to vendors, and you can see that now already on the website. There's a vendors or exhibitors page, and they have a link to register. If they already were here in the past, so they have a different type of form. If they're new and they've never done anything with us, they can contact us, and then we'll kind of review who they are and what they do, see if it kind of matches what we do. And if it does, then not a problem. They'll be in with us. So we make it really simple for them to come and just make it known they want to work with us. Talking about
the venue again. I kind of heard Tim say it, but I've already forgotten what it is.
Bartle Hall.
Argo?
Bartle, B-A-R.
Bartle Hall, everybody.
So it's the Kansas City Convention Center. It's a huge structure downtown Kansas City. You can't miss it. It's actually right off the interstate. It's perhaps about half of downtown Kansas City.
I think they said it was 8 acres under roof.
Wow.
Yeah. But we don't get all that. I think we get 100,000 square feet.
We have 100,000.
Oh, come on.
We need to grow a little more for that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go and play golf in there. It's so huge. I mean, we have a few pictures. Maybe we should post a few pictures about that.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's really.
You'll get to ride the escalator.
Yeah.
There's a cool escalator there.
So fun fact. So people are going to walk in. You have a small galleria down there, and that's going to lead you straight up to where we are. You are going to take an elevator and land straight in the middle of Catfish Conference. It's like an airport almost. You just ride the elevator and there you are. It's like you have access to the location. It's awesome. It's really great.
What else we got, everybody?
Well, what about the CatCon crew? Do we want to introduce that, Kevin?
Yeah, sure. I was putting the dates in here. So Kentucky. All right. So yeah, the dates once again are this year, 2021, November 19th and 20th, will be in Kansas City, Missouri for an additional Catfish Conference, not a replacement. And then in February 25th and 26th, we'll be at the OG location, Louisville, Kentucky.
Yep.
Matt Catter, yeah, I'll be at all of them. So the CatCon crew is just so we're gonna introduce a lot of different content. So this channel right here that we're looking at, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, mainly YouTube, we're gonna get together some content creators, and we're going to make Catfish Conference only content that you can come to one location and get information on tournaments, how-tos, fishing videos, entertainment videos, anything you can think of for catfish. We're going to compile it on the Catfish Conference YouTube page, and these creators will be working together with me and each other to create some interesting collaborations and interesting content that you'll find very entertaining or informative. There's so many new catfish anglers now. I mean, look at me. I'm just on the scene in the last 2 or 3 years, and there's been tons more since me that are just coming into this. I just had somebody in my live stream today say that, wow, I'm learning so much from all these YouTubers and from tournament guys and people I see on the internet. So there's an influence there. And so mostly for people that will be learning the sport, you can go to the Catfish Conference YouTube page and get some content. So that's going to be coming. Of course, there'll be some behind the scenes footage during the Catfish Conference that we'll load up, things that you won't ever get to see in person. So I tried to do that at the digital one, or the what do we call it? The virtual Catfish Conference this year. So just some things behind the scenes, how things work. It's just a lot of interesting content. So check that out. If you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and hit that subscription button and the bell button. So anytime that Catfish Conference drops a video, you'll get to see it.
And Kevin just said something interesting. So with all those years now, we have a quite solid team. And the relationship, I mean, the dynamic between everybody is hilarious. There's a lot that happens on backstage you do want to see, or maybe they don't want to see. I'm not sure exactly. There's a lot that happens, and I think it's real life. It's a great community. We're all friends, and I think it's time for us to share these moments with everybody, because you are a part of it. We do that for the community. We do that for you also. You only deserve to see these things.
And I don't know if he got into details or not, but our creators that we will be picking, Kevin and I will be picking the creators. They're not going to be doing this for nothing. We're making a program to where we can.
There's a kick to it.
There's a kick to it. Mm-hmm. There's an incentive for guys to create some stuff for us.
But we already have a list of people in mind. We already have contacted some of them. So we'll be in touch with you guys soon. And I think this is worth another live stream soon, just to let everybody know what we're up to and who's going to participate.
Yeah, spread the word, y'all. Spread the word and let everybody know. I think, and a lot of people just came in too. I see new people coming in. What are we talking about? We're talking about a new location, an additional location. And then we're also talking about future events past the ones that are already planned. Steve and Hervé were talking about Texas and the East Coast and a floater event that would change every year, so that people who normally, even though these new locations could be closer to you, maybe you still can't travel because it's not close enough. So there'll be floater events going around. So lots of exciting things happening, and Hervé and Steve are working feverishly to get all that stuff worked out.
Yeah, and each event is going to be different. We will have our core vendors that follow us, but I'm also searching out the local people within the Missouri to participate as well. So you're going to see something different if you come to every show. Everything's going to be different. I just don't want everybody to get stagnated on the same old.
Right. And again, I think what characterized Catfish Conference here in Kentucky was, it's like a family. You go back to the event, you see the same guys, the same folks. It's people you see at Catfish Conference, and it's very local in some ways. And so you're gonna create that sort of family aspect that's individual to each location we are gonna go to, and that's gonna be I think a beautiful moment in the sport in general. And just bringing all those YouTube guys out there, I mean, they don't have the opportunity to travel all the time, so let's make it work. Let's make Kevin travel more.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I told Anna about it, she's like, "Do I get to go with you?" I was like, "Yeah, if you can get the time off. If not, I'm going stag."
Yes. And one other thing that perhaps is important to mention as well. So it's the hotel deal, right? So everywhere we go, we are trying to get you a great deal with a really good venue, or a good hotel that's either connected to the venue or right next to it. And so we're targeting some really well-recognized establishments, great brands, and we're really working hard to get pricing where it's affordable for you and the family to come. So you can bring your wife, you can bring the kids, and make it a family outing without having the stress to drive 4 or 5 hours, participate, then drive back, stay, enjoy your time, relax, meet all those guys out there. You've gotta enjoy it, and so we're trying to bring that to you.
There's a lot of cool stuff out there in Kansas City. We and food is awesome.
Oh, barbecue.
Yeah, food is awesome.
I think we gain a pound each time. Well, when we work.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things to do right there in that area. There's actually a lot to do.
There's a lot to do. I mean, you have some downtown activities. You have all the river. You've got all these lakes. You even have a section on West Kansas City called Legends, where there's a lot of family-oriented stuff that you can do.
A lot of shops out there that sell, they're specialty shops that sell outlet malls. Is that what it is?
Sort of like outlets.
Yeah.
So you'll find something very interesting for all the family. That's for sure.
Yeah, Dave and Buster's. There's a bunch of stuff out there.
Oh yeah.
Michael Marillo said he's just looking for trolls or bad language. Yeah, Michael Marillo is one of our super mods from the virtual Catfish Conference, and that brings up a good point. Just to reiterate one more time, no longer will Catfish Conference just be an in-person event. It will be an in-person and virtual event. Mm-hmm. So if you still can't make any of these, or if you can only make one, but you want to take advantage of deals from the others, you'll be able to attend virtually by watching the Catfish Conference YouTube page or the Catfish Conference Facebook page. So there you go. Still no excuse to miss the action. Still no excuse to miss the great deals happening. And those vendors will be having virtual deals as well as in-person deals. So
that's right. And just a word about Michael. I mean, that guy has AI in the brain. He did not miss a single thing during those 2 days of Catfish Conference 2021. Right. He was on it. I mean, he did a great job.
Him and Tim, Kentucky Cats and Bourbon and Cats. Man, they both did a great job. We had some other guys too that were able to come in there, but those two guys, man, they were on there 24/7. It seemed like.
Oh yeah.
24/48, whatever it was.
Yeah. I'm not sure they ate. I think they just went for whole 2 days, like straight.
If you guys need donations or giveaways,
I'm gonna bring it up here. So someone is saying, if you guys need donations for a giveaway or do a charity silent auction or something, I would be glad to donate a new rod or reel. Well, thank you, James. We'll save that somewhere. Get us a small line on live chats so we can remember to do something about it. And we appreciate you for saying that, for doing that for us.
Well, there's a few things that we don't mind coming into the Catfish Conference and not paying, and one of them is like the wounded warriors, the vet, anything to do with vets. If you got something you want to advertise and bring a table, set up a booth, we'd be glad to have you guys there as well. We love our vets.
We do.
And once again, I'll say it again for Miss Lisa out there. Texas is coming. It just hasn't been planned yet, but it's coming. We have a lot of people that have started channels, or they catfish on the West Coast or in Arizona, New Mexico, and we want to take care of them too. So that's why Steve and Hervé are working on a more Western Catfish Conference even than Kansas City.
Someone here is asking if the Catfish Conference in Louisville is going to be in the same space or larger. So it's a good question. We upgraded, so we're in the same convention center, but instead of being in the pavilion, which is like the far west side, sort of big rectangle, we are going to be in the west wing this time. Way easier for us to handle, to manage, more space as well.
Yeah, so we've got up to 200,000 square foot now.
Yeah. So now it's really easy. You come, you drive, you pass the gate, and it's exactly in front of you. You don't have to drive around. Pass the gate, you park, and it's the West Wing that's right there. But we can post a few pictures of that. It's going to
That'd be cool.
be easy to get there.
Now we've supported the YouTube community ever since the get go. So as usual, now people didn't take advantage of it last year. I think Luke Nickel was the only one. Luke and maybe Dieter Milhorn. But I made the mistake of putting an axe throw guy right next to the YouTube video, so they couldn't do YouTube stuff. So I won't make that mistake again this year. But as always, we do have a nice booth for the YouTubers. If they want to come in and set up a little table and maybe have a couple things, shirts or hats or something they want to sell, that'll be the place to do it. And you'll meet other YouTubers. I know you've got a family of new YouTubers a lot, Kevin. So.
Oh yeah, we have there's the Catfish Community, and then there's an even tighter group,
right?
That we just go on each other's live streams and everything. So that'd be a good place for all of them to meet. Yeah. A lot of them are talking right now in the. It's basically a live streamer group. There's a live streamer group.
So Ray Ferguson, is that my buddy Ray Ferguson? I don't know. I can't see his picture.
He's holding a catfish.
Good start.
Ray Ferguson. If it's the one I'm thinking about, he's been around quite some time. He's going to be a speaker actually with one of the
awesome
the Kentucky event.
And you got Epic Catfish. Tim Scott's in chat. He'll be one of the presenters.
One of them, and I think he told me he'd also do one in Missouri. I mean, he's very knowledgeable on those rivers.
Oh yeah.
So. We look forward to that. I've got a pretty good lineup of guys for the seminars. One thing since the tournaments have taken off really well this year, I'm probably going to have some kind of seminar on how to keep the fish healthy within the live well,
cool.
So that they, these tournaments. I mean, a lot of these new guys getting in, they have no idea about how to keep fish. They might know how to catch them, but to hold 4 or 5 nice big fish throughout the day, it's a chore. And
for sure,
there's a responsibility out there. If you're going to fish it, you need to have the responsibility to take care of that fish. So you put it in the shape that you caught it in.
So one other thing that we hadn't said it in about half an hour is there's for all of the new events, especially the 2 that are already planned, we're going to have a Anglers Exchange booth where you can come bring, let's say you bought a reel and you just really don't like it and you can't return it, and maybe you want to upgrade, maybe somebody else has a reel you want to try, or you just want to sell it outright. You can bring it to the Catfish Conference, get a ticket for a small amount, and you go to a booth, a controlled booth where you can sell and exchange and talk about and swap fishing equipment. Now, this isn't meant for you to bring 10 rods in and have your own mini Catfish Conference in the booth.
Right.
But if you want to do that, contact Steve and Hervey. They'll sell you a booth.
They'll get you.
But maybe like 1 or 2 items. Maybe you bought a fish finder and you just really don't care for it. And so you want to bring it up there, and people can bring cash or Venmo or whatever. We'll get the details out, but there will be a booth with somebody running that booth to help navigate that. And so that's going to be an awesome new program or opportunity, however you want to label it, at all the sites.
And again, it's experimental, so it may work beautifully, it may not, but we're trying. We're doing our best to provide the opportunity, as Kevin said.
Well, we want to keep it different. We want to keep up on our game. If we just have a Catfish Conference and lay down and never improve it, there's no sense having a Catfish Conference. I always want to improve. I want to do better.
And somebody may ask, well, why do we have to buy a ticket to sell our item? Well, that gets rid of the people who aren't serious. Yeah. It's going to be a small fee. You pay a small fee. We haven't decided that, but it's going to be small, insignificant. But that just gets rid of the people who aren't there to do real business, that just want to do whatever they want to do. So,
I did see something more than tournaments. Chat's going too fast for me.
That's right down.
It's more than just tournaments, Steve. We as catfish need to learn how to better handle these big, beautiful catfish so they have better survival rate when being handled. Yep.
Well, yeah, handling the fish is a big thing too. But like I say, these tournaments, I've been dealing with them for 15 years. I've seen some good stuff, and I've seen some really bad stuff. I've seen some good stuff from seasoned anglers and some bad stuff from seasoned anglers. So I don't know if people just don't care or if they need to. We're going to have some education there for that.
Yeah. I got the opportunity to teach a young man today how to handle a trophy-sized catfish, a 30-pound catfish, not hanging him from the jaw, supporting his undercarriage, putting him in the water gently, reviving him, those types of things. So that's awesome that we're going to have that education there. Well, fellas, I'm really looking forward to this. I mean, I appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate y'all taking a chance on me. I'll be reaching out to Steve and Hervé to get their recommendations for content creators to get this CatCom crew team together to create this content. Just in case you missed it, 2 Catfish conferences. There's going to be 2. The first one is coming up in a few months, November 19th and 20th in Kansas City, Missouri, at the Kansas City Convention Center. It's going to be the new event, and it's not taking over the OG event in February of 2022 in Louisville, Kentucky. That's in February 25th and 26th. So there's 2 Catfish conferences.
And most likely, everything works out, in 2022, we're going to have one on the East Coast somewhere during the spawn. And that's all I'm going to say. It's going to be during the spawn.
Take me out of my misery, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Kevin, you can't catch catfish. Come spend some money.
It's part of it. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, do we want to take a few questions over here? I don't know if people in the chat want to ask a few things about their Catfish Conference, about Kevin, about Steve, or anything. You've got an opportunity to ask whatever almost you want.
Epic Catfish said I could volunteer to help out with the preservation and handling them for pics and vids. 30 years of doing all that stuff.
Well, good deal.
Yeah, and perhaps it's something that we can work on. Publish more information about it, because we talk about it during the conference. We get the video out there, but we can also perhaps put together a small guide or something.
Well, Tim, I'll be contacting Tim as part of this crew, and maybe we can make some content for it for the YouTube page.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Looking forward to seeing you on Louisville.
Do we have any questions here?
I don't see any. If I come, is Hervé buying my lunch? Brian Norsworthy.
Yes, actually, only
Big Country said Denver, praying for Denver.
Denver, Colorado.
Yeah. Are we able to get online deals everywhere?
Yeah.
Realville catfishing.
Well, as long as the participating vendors are giving deals. I
right.
mean, as far as me being a vendor and monster rod holders, I'll be shooting some deals, but I can't guarantee that anybody else, any other vendor will. But most likely they will.
So, I think some of the vendors this year, so we've not seen everybody because it was so new, and some of them had a concern about, is the quality going to be there? And there was a brand issue that, people really wanted to figure out. And it was the first time it ever happened in the sport of catfishing. So, no one had all the answers. But now I think everybody has the answer. They've all seen what we can do. And on the back end, people know how successful those who have participated have been. So I'm sure that most of the vendors, if not all of the vendors, are gonna, provide deals for everybody out there as well, kind of extending the courtesy to everybody. Might not be as good as a deal of what you could find, in real person there live at the Catfish Conference, but it's still going to be some really good stuff that you can get.
Yeah, this is going to be the week before Black Friday, so this is going to be an excellent. I mean, that's kind of why we planned it. We wanted. There's going to be a lot of fishermen get a lot of good stuff at Christmas time this year.
Oh yeah, it's going to be a good Christmas, guys. It's going to be a really good Christmas
for everybody. Yeah. Whether you're getting the stuff or you selling the stuff, somebody's going to be happy.
Steve, Country Boy Catfishing has been asking forever today. Are you going to be at the KC Catfish Conference?
Am I? Yeah. Yes,
I believe Steve's going to be at all of them.
I'll have to be at all of them.
So yes, he's going to be there.
Yeah.
All of us are going to be there.
So tickets will be available at midnight tonight for the Kansas City event, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Midnight tonight. We are going to release the tickets.
And they can sign up for booths now, right? Emailing Steve?
Yeah, they get a hold of me. But as far as the tickets, I would probably opt to buy them online because I think we're going to sell them for $7. But if you come day of the show, that's part of the our agreement. The show takes part of the
right
of the door. So you can pay cheaper. I think it's $12 at the door or $14 at the door.
Yes, like and for everybody to know, I mean, this is an important piece. So parking fees, all those kind of things, we don't get a dime of all of that. This is something that we do not escape. Each convention centers, they all have their own rules. They all belong either to the city or to the state, so they have their own agreements, and it's very difficult to negotiate on that. So parking is going to be something. And for example, in Kansas City, we have what they call a door fee, where people that come and buy tickets, it has to be through people that they authorize on spot. And there's a percentage they take or they add to your ticket. Mm-hmm. So it's going to add up to what what you could buy for cheaper online. So really, honestly, first of all, it's so cheap when you compare it with other events. So go online, catfishconference.com from tonight, midnight. So by the time everybody sees that, it's going to be tomorrow. You can go buy your ticket, get, secure your spot now. So it's done. You don't have to think about it. You just have to show up. Print your ticket, bring it with you, or just have that on your phone. We'll scan you when you arrive. You'll fast track everything, no line, no nothing. Just come straight in, and you're going to have a great time. And it's easy. It's really, really easy to do that on the website. What else do we have?
I think that's about it, unless you got more questions.
I don't see. Yes, so here's an interesting question. Tickets covering both days? Yes. Yep. So you buy a ticket, you're in for any of the 2 days.
Now, didn't get into this last year, but do they get the lanyard?
Yeah.
For the $7, they get a lanyard and the thing?
Yeah.
And they pick that up at the...
Exactly.
Okay.
So what's going to happen, something that's been very popular. So when you buy your tickets online, you are going to get one of those lanyard Catfish Conference. Oh, we should have brought one.
Yeah.
They're all gone. But basically, you're going to get a lanyard. It's really, really cool. It's beautiful. It feels good. And a small, pass, basically. And so once you have that, you can come in and out of the conference center as you please. So it's really nice. And it's a good keepsake. You can get your keys, you can get the keys to your boat, your house, whatever. I mean, use it.
Yep.
When is it happening? It's there's two. There's Kansas City, Missouri, on November 19th and 20th of 2021, and then the original event is still happening in February, in Louisville, Kentucky, February 25th and 26th.
Yeah. And again, guys, this is new for us. We need your help. We need you to help us kind of spread the message around. So share this video, let people know that, hey, Catfish Conference is coming in Kansas City. Just let people know around that, we were there for the community. We want to make that the greatest event ever. So we really rely on you to share the news with everybody else out there. Subscribe if you like it. If you don't, that's fine as well. But just let people know what's going on, and that's the best thing you can do to help us.
And if you've never been to a CatCon before, I mean, you're just walking into a big family reunion. It's got a bunch of cool stuff you can buy. So everybody knows everybody. It's just everybody's willing to help everybody. It's just a big family.
And don't hesitate to contact people that have been there, just like, what is it like? Just ask questions, be curious. All these vendors, I mean, all the list is on the website. You can check their videos on YouTube. There's so many reviews from so many different YouTubers out there. It's going to give you a real feel for the conference, what to expect. And every year it's getting better. So be curious, just look it up and go on Catfish Conference, the YouTube channel, and check all the previous highlights. You're going to see exactly what you expect.
Yeah, we'll have boat manufacturers, boat marine dealers. We'll have just anything you can think of for catfishing. It's going to be under that roof.
Awesome.
I can't wait to see everyone.
Yeah.
Where's two stands from? Has he been
Virginia?
Virginia. Well, I don't know if he'll come out or not.
He's coming to Kentucky. He's been saying it in chat. Yeah. He's been trying to win that free hotel stay and free tickets from one of my tournaments 3 times.
Oh. Well,
he'd probably enter my next tournament if you guys would give away another trip.
Well, we'll talk backstage about that.
I haven't been to one, but what was that? I think you're on it.
Oh,
I'll get to the one in Kansas City. Yeah. Well, I hope a lot of folks are looking forward to it. We put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into, and I mean sweating. When you stand out in front of a barbecue joint in 100-degree weather for an hour to get some burn ends,
it was good.
There's the sweating right there. But yeah, we're excited for the folks out in that area to come and experience what we have put together.
It's going to be great. And again, guys, we have a new member in our team, CatCon Kevin, aka Kevin from Palmetto Cats. That's the man over here. That's the man. He's going to take care of all the digital aspect of the new Catfish Conference and all the events we're going to do. So,
and I'm sure Hervé and Steve will be putting up all this information on the website. And, we know this has been a long video, but, we can't answer all the questions in one live chat.
Right. Oh, here's a question. Are there hotels close by the event? Yes. So we are in talk, and we have not finalized that yet. We're still working on pricing, but we're in touch with the Marriott, which is connected to the convention center in Kansas City, and the Crown Plaza, which is actually a block. You can really almost touch it from the convention center. And we've worked with the Crown Plaza in Louisville since 2017 now. So we've got a great deal, and we actually got a communication from them. They're also giving rooms for $119 a night, which is a fantastic deal because normally it's $200 plus. So you really save a whole lot of money by going through the Catfish Conference and through the deal. We've not finalized the whole thing yet. We're about to do that probably by the end of the week, so please be patient. But once we have the links and everything is enabled with the hotel, we'll put something on the website and on social media, and we'll let everybody know. Then you can book your room.
And for you guys also planning on hitting Kentucky up, didn't you tell me that our block of rooms are almost gone?
Yeah, so that's a good thing. For the block of room we have for Kentucky, so in February, we had news from the hotel yesterday or this morning. I don't remember when it was. Basically, we're about sold out already.
Wow.
You want to go and rush and book your room as soon as possible because those prices are going back up very soon. So you want to make sure you get your deal for $119 a night. It's a great deal. The hotel is awesome. It's right across the convention center. They've got a shuttle for the airport, for the convention center. They've got a crazy, tropical swimming pool. I mean, this thing is really great. I enjoy going there all the time.
Hooks and Hammocks. Is that another YouTuber?
Yeah, that's Chris.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Chris.
Chris has actually donated some stuff
Oh
at the
yeah,
last.
he did, didn't he? Didn't I remember
Yep.
him now? Okay.
Really,
Sorry,
really
Chris.
good guy.
Yeah, he donated $100 gift card to Monster Rod Holders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Chris is making some really cool stuff on YouTube as well. Actually, was watching him the other day live as well. He's a really good fellow.
Kevin looks like a radio host.
Soon on Sirius XM.
You wait till you see my cart. I'm gonna have this boom mic going around. I'm gonna have computers and cameras and lights and black lights and all kinds of stuff. You're gonna know I'm coming.
Well, I might send you that cart to you in the next week or two, and I'll just let you
Customize it.
Yeah, I can get it through Uline, and I can ship it directly to you.
Right on.
You'll have
That's
to bring
what
it with you.
Yeah. Hey, if you want your stickers on the cart, YouTubers, send me stickers and I'll put your stickers all over the cart.
But that's only if you're driving out. If you're flying out,
That's true.
yeah,
We're getting a cargo plane. No problem.
a cargo. I can see him riding back there with the roosters and stuff.
I could probably drive to Kentucky. Kansas City might be a little stretch.
He's going to be live streaming from the belly of the aircraft.
No thanks.
He drives.
Yeah, that's a good point. Hang on to that card. I'll have to customize it day
We'll
of.
work that out.
Yeah.
So Brett here is asking, gonna look like Chunky? Yeah.
No.
He's gonna have the spinners, the fluorescent,
Yeah.
everything. So yes.
We
Yeah,
might,
fish and chick for Kentucky. I'm staying at the Crown Plaza. That's right.
we'll get him a trike with a wagon on back. Get him some big eight anchors up there.
I think I'm more excited about the cart than anything.
It's gonna be something.
Get that song Low Rider. Low.
Well, you know, I sing on my live stream, so I might have to have me a speaker and a microphone. Tommy Garrett has been trying to get you guys to connect.
Tommy Garrett.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he came to our other one.
He was at
He's welcome to come on out and bring his table, and he can put him up a booth and do what he's got to do.
Tommy,
there you go, Tommy.
go on catfishconference.com, live chats, give us a quick line, and we'll be in touch with you. We'll give you a call.
There you go.
Yeah, I met him in Texas a few years ago, and he asked about it, and I said, "Come on out." And he was out in Kentucky, and he come out. Might have been a couple years he came out.
Sean, we're talking about two events. We're talking about Kansas City, Missouri in November 19th and 20th, and this year. And then the original event is still happening in Kentucky and Louisville on February 25th and 26th.
That's right.
So Kansas City, Missouri, and Louisville, Kentucky.
Well, is there any more questions? We probably should wrap this up. We've only going on an hour and 13 minutes.
Yeah, I think we could sit here for 4 hours and answer questions, but
Well, like I say, if you want a booth, contact me. Contact Hervé. He'll contact me. We'll get you something set up. We've got less than 100 days to get this done, but I've got to get the floor plan. Get it. Just, by the first of next week, I'll be selling some booths. So
awesome.
We'll be right on top of some things.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Cool.
Well, guys, this was great. We appreciate everybody's presence over here. We're so excited again to have Kevin as a part of our team. We're so excited and blessed to have our second event in Kansas City. That's happening in November. Again, dates the 19th and the 20th of November 2021. So this year, we're a couple of months away. So pack your bags, get your truck ready because you're going to Kansas City, guys.
Gather your inventory. Well, that looks like about it.
All right. Well, Kevin, we'll let you check out over here. And to the entire catfishing community, thank you for all the support. And we'll be back with you very shortly.
Awesome. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good night. Bye-bye.